Yes, a lot of times we have parents that are like, call me and let me know what happened at the meeting. And it's always another hour to go through that. So the parents said, I'm just going to anticipate that and we're going to record this meeting so that if anyone needs a reference, vamos a grabar esta junta en el por si acaso que alguien necesita la información, ahí lo puedo compartir. All right.
With that said, if you don't want to be recorded, you can always turn off your camera.
But you're
Your
beautiful.
camera shy, but you know, o sea, para solo recordar que vamos a grabarlo, o si no quiere estar en la grabación, puede apagar su cámara, okay? So here's the reminder.
Okay, perfect. Genius idea from Miss Linares. So this is our agenda for today. We are going to cover lots of little logistics like our lawn signs. We're going to discuss our culmination logistics, the dates, the rehearsal, how to RSVP, what the seating is going to look like. We're going to talk about the theme, the certificates, and give you a yearbook update. So esto es lo que vamos a hablar hoy. Los letreros que ordenamos, todos los detalles sobre la culminación, las fechas, cuándo vamos a ensayar, cómo poner un RSVP para asistir. Los padres tienen que hacer un RSVP para reservar su cupo, cómo nos vamos a sentar, el tema de la graduación para las decoraciones, los certificados de los estudiantes y vamos a dar un update sobre los libros anuarios de los estudiantes. So next slide. So we want to let you guys know, you can see right here in this little picture that our lawn signs are here. So I'm going to turn my messy office around. They're all sitting in my office right now. We will be handing them off to the students tomorrow. So tomorrow, all of the students will take it home. It has a little bit of a, like the foam, the foam letter, but it also has these metal, these kind of like metal things that you can put in the lawn. So nada más para dejarles saber que los letreros ya llegaron. Son letreros, pero tienen como una parte metal para ponerlo en el zacate si acaso lo quieren. Los estoy repartiendo en clases ahorita, así es que los estudiantes lo van a tener para el día mañana, se lo van a llevar a la casa. Okay. Now, logistics, moving into the meat and potatoes of our meeting today. These are just little logistics that Mrs. Linares and I wanted to make sure that you guys know about, that we are going to have 2 RSVPs per family, that COVID testing is required for all of the students. So even the students that are learning at home, they are required to have an LAUSD COVID test. The parents do not have to have one, but the students must have one even if they're remote students. And
stop you, Ms. Montañez. I don't know if it's just my computer, but your slide is not as clean. There's like blocks.
There's like dark blocks on it.
Yes.
Okay, let me try it again.
No sé si será mi computadora, pero la presentación está un poco bloqueada.
Okay.
Yes, now it's a little cleaner, but you're still, yes, there you go.
Okay.
You moved the blocks away.
I did. You know what it is? It's the little Zoom panel that says mute and turn your TV off and all of that.
Oh, it was huge though. It's big blocks. Thank you. Gracias.
Okay, so just to go ahead and let you guys know that, again, COVID testing is not required for the families that are going to attend, but COVID testing is required for the students. All students who enter will need to will need to respond to the daily questions that are asked at the entrance. Certificates will be given on the last day. When the students culminate, it's going to look like their certificate, but it's a mock certificate because all of the students will need to turn in their technology on the last day. And then that's when we will give them their real certificates. So esto es nada más para repasar la información que cada familia van a poder invitar 2 personas y es requerido que todas las familias hagan un RSVP y ahorita les voy a dar la información en cómo reservar su cupo. Es 2 por cada familia. Una prueba de COVID está requerido para todos los estudiantes, los en persona y los virtuales. Les sugiero que todos los estudiantes virtuales tienen que hacer su cita con LAUSD para poder tener su nombre en la lista para entrar. Los padres de nuevo no tienen que tener un COVID test, pero tienen que contestar las preguntas en la entrada. Vamos a hablar sobre las prácticas que vamos a tener aquí en la escuela y nada más para dejarles saber antemano que los estudiantes van a recibir en la graduación, se va a ver como su certificado oficial, pero no va a ser su certificado oficial. Ellos van a regresar el próximo día para entregar su tecnología y eso es cuando nosotros le vamos a dar su certificado oficial. Y como les había dicho, vamos a tenerlo grabado y lo vamos a hacer no en YouTube, pero va a ser en Facebook Live por si acaso ustedes quieren compartir esa información con sus familias para que ellos se puedan conectar y ver la culminación. Okay, and there's more logistics coming up. So this is our culmination schedule. Ms. Ponce is Tuesday the 8th at 11. Mr. Montañez, Tuesday the 8th at 2 p.m. Ms. Galicia and Ms. Taylor combined on Wednesday, June the 9th at 11. And Wednesday, June 9th at 2 p.m. is for Ms. Soriano. Again, reiterating, all students must have a COVID test, and we are very strict in making sure that no students congregate after the ceremony. After the ceremony is finished, all of the parents will need to go and leave, and all of the families will need to leave. We have another graduation. So if you're part of the morning, you have a graduation that we need to clean up for. And if you're a part of the 2 p.m. ceremony, we have roughly 1 hour and a half until we get the after school program on there. So there's not a lot of time to congregate, and we want to make sure that we have to follow strict orders, that there's no congregating after the ceremony. So para repasar esa información, la culminación de la señora Ponce será el día 8 a las 9 de la mañana, Mr. Montañez a las 2, el día 8 a las 2 de la tarde, la señora Galicia y Taylor combinados serán el miércoles, el día 9 a las 11, la señora Soriano el miércoles 9 de junio a las 2. Es muy importante de nuevo acordarles que los estudiantes que están aprendiendo virtual tienen que tener un examen de COVID por LAUSD y ellos salen en nuestra lista para poder ellos entrar a la práctica y la ceremonia. Y de nuevo, los padres no tienen que tener un COVID test, pero sí tienen que contestar las preguntas en la entrada. Lo más importante es que todos los estudiantes después de la ceremonia, ellos no pueden congregar, I hope I said it, no se pueden poner en grupos después de la ceremonia. Es tan importante de cuando se termine la ceremonia, todos los estudiantes y las familias se tienen que ir. Si son parte de la graduación, la culminación en la mañana, tenemos 1 hora para limpiar todo para la culminación en la tarde. Si acaso ellos están a las 2, tenemos más o menos 1 hora para limpiar para los estudiantes que se quedan aquí para el programa después de la escuela. So anything that has to do with that, and I know that we have some questions, so I'm going to go ahead. Buenas tardes. If they're students, so one of the questions is, will they be tested at school? Una de las preguntas.
Yes, I've actually answered on the
Oh,
chat already.
perfect. You
So-
got it.
So I don't want you to repeat.
Let's go. I love it.
Yo he estado respondiendo las preguntas en el chat, para proceder más rápido.
Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. In your chat right now, I am
tu hijo.
putting the list of all of the
Ms. Montañez, the blocks are back and it's covering again.
Okay, let me go ahead and stop sharing and reshare. The most important link which your teachers have is, give me 1 second, is the culmination registration form. So this is the form that you guys need to sign with the two people who will attend the culmination. The name that is listed in this bit.ly will need to be the name that you guys provide at the entrance so that you can be allowed to come in. So I put this link in the chat box, but additionally, your teachers will have this link and they will share it with you in the Schoology page so that just in case you guys need some help in finding it, you can also call the office, you can email me, but this is the link that has your name and you will put your students' names, your child's names, and the names of the two attendees that will be a part of the culmination. It has to match the person who comes in. We will be cross-referencing it just to make sure that there's only two per student. Esto nada más les quería compartir la forma en donde ustedes tienen que reservar su cupo de las dos personas que va a asistir la culminación de los estudiantes. Ya lo puse en la caja de chat, pero también los maestros van a tenerlos y lo van a publicar en Schoology, y si acaso todavía lo necesitan pueden llamar a la oficina o también me pueden mandar un correo electrónico y yo se los puedo pasar también.
Ms. Montañez, can you share the link? It is not working. It is not blue.
Okay, no problem at all. Give me 1 second.
Vamos a poner el link otra vez porque sabemos que no está funcionando ahorita.
Okay, and I might, because we were early on. Yeah, now it's accepting responses. So I am going to go ahead and copy, paste, and let's put this in. And if someone can give me a thumbs up or put in the chat box that it works, this one should be able to work. It's for everyone.
It's working.
Okay.
I just opened it. Sí está trabajando ahorita. So puede hacerle clic al link que está azul.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to do is just make sure that everyone kind of understands how the setup is going to be in the north yard. So this is sort of Miss Linares, thumbs up, or if you could let me know that you can see what I'm seeing.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, if I may interrupt. Also, when you were explaining about the rehearsal, you had that block. So that section was blocked. Just want to make sure that.
Let me go ahead and go back. So perfect. And I think that I might have not done the rehearsal. So thank you very much. So vamos a tener una práctica para los estudiantes más o menos 1 o 2 días antes de su culminación. So la señora Ponce y el señor Montañez 2 días antes de su culminación, ellos van a entrar el día viernes y va a tener el mismo horario de su culminación. La señora Ponce a las 11, el señor Montañez a las 2. Y más o menos va a durar 1 hora y medio a lo máximo. Los estudiantes virtuales van a estar invitados para asistir, pero por eso les es importante que los niños tengan su prueba de COVID que sale negativo y que su nombre sale en la lista de LAUSD para poder dejarlos entrar. La señora Galicia lo tendrá el día lunes con la señora Soriano, más o menos al tiempo parecido a su culminación. Entonces la señora Galicia y la señora Taylor a las 11 y Miss Soriano, perdón, ahí tengo, I have a little typo right here. Miss Soriano va a ser a las 2 de la tarde. Y el día de las, go ahead.
Would you share your screen because you're not sharing your
It's not sharing right now. Okay, I did share. Let me try sharing again. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go.
now
Is it okay? Perfect. Okay, so here's the rehearsal schedule. So Mr. Montañez and Miss Ponce will have theirs Friday, June the 4th. Mrs. Ponce's class is culminating at 11, so her rehearsal will be at 11. Mr. Montañez is culminating at 2, so his will be at 2 p.m. on Friday, June 4th. Miss Galicia and Miss Soriano, Miss Taylor, they will have their rehearsal on Monday, June the 7th. And Miss Galicia classes culminating with Miss Taylor at 11 a.m. So their rehearsal will be at 11 a.m. Miss Soriano is culminating at 2 p.m. So her rehearsal is at 2 p.m. as well. And this is why it's very important for all of the students to have their COVID test, because they're not just entering the campus once, they're entering the campus twice. The rehearsal roughly should take about an hour and a half. And all of the students that are coming in from virtual learning to attend the rehearsal, all of the students will need to enter on the Cortez gate. All students must have a COVID test for their rehearsal. And again, there's no congregating after the rehearsal. We just wanted to reiterate that over and over again. So la práctica de la culminación para la maestra Ponce y Montañez será el viernes 4 de julio. La señora Ponce lo va a tener a las 11 de la mañana, que es el tiempo parecido de su culminación. Señor Montañez lo tendrá a las 2. La señora Galicia y Taylor el lunes día 7 de junio a las 11 de la mañana, y la señora Soriano lo va a tener el lunes 7 de junio a las 2. Es importante que todos los estudiantes tengan una prueba negativa de COVID por LAUST para poder entrar la práctica y la culminación. Okay. Ya puse el link para poder presentar su espacio en la culminación. Y nada más les quería compartir más o menos cómo se va a ver el día de la culminación. So aquí vamos a donde los estudiantes van a tener su stage. No es un stage, es nada más un área en donde ellos van a pasar para recibir sus certificados. Aquí es donde va a estar la señora Linares, la señora García, etcétera. Aquí en estos botoncitos azules, eso es donde se van a sentar los estudiantes. Y aquí atrás, en grupos de 2, los padres se van a sentar ahí mirando a los estudiantes. So, estas sillas van a estar recto a los estudiantes y estas sillas van a estar recto a los padres. Y los padres van a estar en grupos de 2 por los 2 representantes para los culminantes. Okay, and then so this is just in English, just to let you know, this is basically what our setup is going to look like. We have here the sort of pseudo area where the kids are going to receive their certificate. You have an area for the Mrs. Linares and the administrators of the school to sit. These little blue squares will be the students, and they are going to be facing the parents. These seats are going to be clustered in 2, and these represent the 2 chairs that are going to be the students' registered guest. So I just wanted to share that. And I know Miss Linares, you're handling the chat box, right?
Yes, ma'am. I've been answering the chat box.
Thank
Yo
you
estoy
so much.
respondiendo a las preguntas en el chat. I do want to reiterate that yes, guests do not have to take the COVID test. However, it has to be whoever has registered on the bit.ly are the only 2 guests that can come in, and they still you still have to go through the health screening. Si podemos apagar nuestro micrófono, por favor, or if we can turn off our microphone. So guests still have to go through the health screening process, temperature check prior to coming in. So, quería solo recordar a todos que aunque el examen es solo requerido para los estudiantes que van a participar, los visitantes, las 2 personas que están registradas son las únicas que pueden entrar y tienen que responder a las preguntas de salud y tomar su temperatura para poder entrar.
Okay, and parents cannot be tested at school site. Students may be tested because this is a baseline test. They do not come to Placencia to get tested. They will be tested at the LAUSD locations that are listed in the parent portal or the LAUSD COVID testing site, whichever one is sort of closest to the house. The 2 places that are near here are Carter, and the other one, Mrs. Linares, is
Franklin High School.
Franklin High School.
And let me clarify,
Mhm.
it is 2 guests per culminating student.
Mhm.
Okay, only. It doesn't matter if it's mom, dad, or abuelito and abuelita, it's only 2 guests per culminating student. Quiero también reenfatizar que son 2 personas por estudiante que está saliendo de 5º grado. No es mamá y papá y luego 2 más. So that would be 4. Serían 4. Solo son 2 personas por cada estudiante que está culminando.
Mhm.
That clarifies. Espero que eso aclare. Solo las personas que están en la lista, sea mamá, el papá, tiene que estar en la lista para poder entrar. If
Mhm.
it's mom or dad, you have to be registered on that bit.ly to come in.
Mhm. And then
Only
just
2
to
per
clarify,
culminating student.
and then just to clarify, we talked about infants. Infants are okay if they're sitting on your lap, and if it's an infant that needs your nourishment during the graduation. If it's like toddlers that are running around, it's definitely not the best place, especially with the heat that's going to be expected. Yeah, so it's 2 guests, dos personas. Okay. And then just to go ahead and move on, Miss Linares, we have our theme that the teachers worked. We really very much like the theme that was a part of the shirt, which is it's been quite a ride. And so that's what the teachers have chosen or, talked about for our theme for this year. It's been quite a ride. So it's sort of a journey, sort of a map. It could even be roller coastery. And then with that being said, we did want to kind of talk about decoration ideas given that theme. So just to go ahead and go back really fast, el tema que vamos a tener este año es parecido a lo que tienen en la camisa, que ha sido una aventura. Y eso es lo que vamos a tener para nuestro tema para la culminación. Y puede ser cosas diferentes como una aventura, un mapa, un viaje, y quería nada más compartirle esa información porque los padres aquí en Placencia hemos tenido una buena historia de todos los padres que siempre sobresalen en las decoraciones para los estudiantes y lo hacen tremendos para que todo se vea muy bonito. Y esperemos todo el apoyo de los padres este año para poder transformar a la yarda a un lugar donde se ve elegante y bonito para los niños cuando se gradúen, cuando se culminen. So just to let you guys know, we have a very long history here at Placencia with having parents that just go out of their way to make culmination a beautiful event. Obviously, we don't have like a culmination budget. We don't have a bunch of money that appears for culmination. So our parents have always come out in full force to make this a beautiful, classy event. And this is what we're hoping to accomplish in our meeting, is to sort of generate your interest in helping to put together something nice for the students. So that's why we talked about our theme, which has been It's Quite a Ride. I don't know if anyone wants to talk about it now or if we'll do that towards the end of the meeting. But that's our theme. I'll take care of logistics first, and then we'll go ahead. So again, we just want to reiterate again that your devices are, all the students' devices need to be turned in the very last day of school. And that's when we will give them their official certificate. So at the culmination, they're going to get something that looks like the real certificate, but it's not. We expect them to return the last days of school so that they can get their official certificate. Nada más este es un recordatorio que en la culminación los niños van a recibir algo que se parece casi igual a su certificado de culminación, pero los estudiantes tienen que asistir los últimos días de la escuela. Ellos van a entregar su tecnología y el último día es cuando nosotros les vamos a dar su certificado oficial. And then just a yearbook update. There have been a lot of, lots of important messages. The first one is a notice that we received from the yearbook vendor, just letting us know that they are, out of reasons that are out of their hands, the books are already delayed, and they're not going to definitely be here by that last day of school. So we have already talked to, I've already talked to the teachers, and the teachers will have communication with you to let you know once they're all in, and so that we can have all the parents come by and pick them up. Again, these yearbooks are free of charge, thanks to the generosity of Pop and especially Mrs. Molina. She's also responsible for the one that got all of these signs for us. So Miss Molina, I know you're out there. We just want to say thank you. But they are backdated. We were able to talk with the teachers about it, and because there's been not a lot of in-person memories, what we're hoping to do is take the snapshots of yearbook events. So like when the kids are actually culminating, and then that long panoramic picture, we're hoping to include that as well, so that the yearbook is sort of a whole collection of everything from the beginning of the year all the way to the culmination. So I just wanted to give you guys that update. Nada más para dejarles saber de que el libro anuario nos mandaron un correo electrónico la compañía diciendo que todo está muy atrasado por causas que están afuera de su control y que no va a llegar los libros antes de la fecha del último día de la escuela. Entonces ya sabemos que va a llegar durante el verano y estamos estamos hablando, estuve yo hablando con los maestros para nada más ponernos de acuerdo que vamos a esperarlo tantito, ya que es que sabemos que ya no va a llegar a tiempo. Vamos a añadir los retratos de la culminación en el anuario, en el libro anuario. So I think that's it. I think the last thing I wanted to do is just make sure that we talked about decorations, and if anyone has decoration ideas, I think that that's pretty much the last.
And I ask you to please repost the bit.ly.
Sure.
People couldn't find it and I wasn't able to repost it.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Vamos a poner el bit.ly para las personas otra vez. And I understand that we want to have everybody here, but let me tell you, a lot of schools are not having in-person culminations. So I want to do this for our fifth graders in a safe manner. So that's why we're going to try to live stream it. But I'm telling you, lots of schools that I know, they are not having in-person culmination, only virtual, because of it's a lot we're putting ourselves through. So we hope you understand. 2 is a lot of people to have per class. So espero que entiendan que estamos tratando de hacer lo mejor para sus niños. Muchas escuelas todavía no van a tener culminación en persona, todavía está virtual. So queremos hacerlo lo más saludable y sano posible. Por eso solo hay 2 personas por cada estudiante que se está culminando. One of the questions was, when is the last day to pay for panoramic? And I was like, because I know the flag is being donated by Pop, and Miss Molina was very instrumental with that. The panoramic picture, I urge you to pay for it as soon as possible, because they will be delivering them within the next week.
And
So, necesita pagar inmediatamente para la foto panorámica porque las van a entregar y entonces se le va a hacer más difícil.
Y lo más importante es porque el precio sube de ya después de ese tiempo. So, si ustedes quieren pagar más, el retrato va a estar ahí, pero van a pagar un poquito más después. So the
How
picture,
do we get that, Miss?
I have the link that I sent it to all the teachers, but I can also look it up and I can put it in the chat box. So I don't want anyone to panic for links that maybe you're missing because all of the teachers have this information and they will publish it on Schoology as well. So no one needs to panic for a form. We'll make sure you guys have that. I sent that all to all the teachers, but I'll go ahead and pull it up as well.
Thank you.
No problem.
Maestra, disculpe, ¿de qué
está bien.
retrato están hablando ahora? Estoy confundida.
Ese
Vamos a necesitar una...
Ese es el retrato en donde digitalmente ellos van a poner todos los estudiantes, todos los culminantes, los 95 estudiantes virtualmente juntos para que los niños tengan un retrato de todos los estudiantes. I'm sorry, Mr. Lawson, did you? Okay. Okay, sounds good. Entonces, eso es nada más, se ve parecido a este. Déjeme compartirlo. So they're like these ones right here. You guys see that? No, maybe not.
No.
Sí se ve.
Okay, so, pero lo que ellos hicieron el año pasado es que aunque no estuvimos juntos, ellos digitalmente pusieron a todos los estudiantes juntos y se miraba muy bonito. Y es un recordatorio que ellos, por los niños sí les gustan tenerlo. But yes, I will go ahead and pull up that link and I will share it with you guys.
Para hacer el pago, ¿a dónde? ¿Nos va a mandar un link?
Sí, es un link y ahorita se los voy a poner. También no se preocupen porque los maestros tienen toda esta información y se los van a compartir en Schoology. But I've already, ya puse el link para comprar el panorámico. Es como se llama el panorámico para que ustedes lo pueden comprar. No podemos aceptar ningún dinero en efectivo, todo se tiene que comprar electrónicamente. Entonces ahí está el link, ustedes pueden comprar directamente de allí. And then yes, again, if you didn't get the link, don't worry about it. All of your teachers will have it and they will put it in Schoology as well as the RSVP. Okay. Otras preguntas, Ms. Linares, anything else that we have to fill?
I have answered everything, I hope. Yo creo que yo he respondido todo lo que está en chat, but I do see a hand up, Ms. Tabayoyon. Do you have another question? Other picture, I see
Yes.
one last question. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Because remember, you told us that the practice was on June 4th, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But our schedule for the COVID test is June 5, but this is our third COVID test and they're all negative. So I'm just wondering if Rachel can still go.
But you still have time to, there's a couple of things. The sites that are listed, you can walk in. So even if your COVID test is scheduled for the 5th, you definitely need a COVID test to enter on the 4th. So it's very important that she comes out on a list that we have that says, which are the kids that are allowed to come in. So you'll need to go either as a walk-in or as setting up an appointment, you know, for the June 1st, so that she can be tested.
Yeah, because I choose
go ahead.
I choose June 5 because of for the graduation, because Rian too has, you know, for graduating. Yeah. And you know, they need the 7 days. That's why. But if in case for June 4th, Rachel can just go in the morning and do the COVID test there in the Placentia?
No.
Unfortunately, that is not allowed. It's only for in-person students.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. Those walk-in sites, those two sites, Carter and what is the other one again, Miss Leanna?
Yeah.
Franklin. Franklin
Franklin.
High School.
You can go in without an appointment so that she can be here. She can be on the list. It's taken roughly maybe 1 to 2 days to get on our accepted list. So I would do that test on the 2nd, on the 1st, on the 3rd. At the
Are they
very
still
beginning.
they're still gonna accept it for the 7 days? Because Ria needs to go too.
So do you see, Miss Linares, I'll direct that to you. So
Well,
she-
it just, again, it has to be within that timeline, and we have to see, I don't know when the last test was, so I can't really give you that answer until I know when was the last test.
I think
So
last month.
that's too long ago,
Okay.
yeah.
unfortunately.
I-
that is too long ago.
So I think for your circumstance, because your culmination is on the 8th, you would need to have a test like on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. You should be okay for the 8th one because that's 6 days away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to make it all together with Rian. That's why.
Yes, I know.
Because Rian is June 10th. You
Yeah.
know, because our appointment is in it's far already. There's no more here close to us. So that's why I'm trying to do it in one time. So it's
Yes.
okay. I'll try to find chase it probably
Roy,
Thursday.
if Ria's graduations on the 10th, Roy Ball Learning Center will be having COVID testing just for that on the 8th and the 9th.
I'm trying to do it today to make appointment. They don't have anymore. They don't show that anymore. They have the Franklin, the Laurel Canyon, like Northridge, it's like a little bit far anymore when I do in the LAUSD.
Roy Ball and Virgil are doing it specifically just for culmination and graduation.
Oh, okay. So I can just walk in with them?
Yes, and I will look, I can, Miss Montañez, I'll ask her to help me out. I'll look for the flyer and then we can send it to you because I know you have another student that you're worried about.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
And then unos padres están preguntando sobre los dos precios del panorámico y nada más les quería, los dos precios, uno viene con el frame, la madera que cubre el retrato. So, por ejemplo, si ustedes ordenan el retrato nada más con el puro papel, es nada más un rollo así. Pero aquí tienen la opción de que vayan a comprar, que venga ya comprado la madera y para poderlo colgar. So I haven't opened this one. It's one from a long time ago, but I'll go ahead and open that. And while I do that, do you guys have any other questions? No, it's still on, Miss
I
Diana.
have not a question. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry,
I can.
I'm
Yes.
driving. If someone asks about the test, that it doesn't show up online, but sometimes if you just walk in, they will still take you even without an appointment. Because I've done that
Yes.
before, but again, don't
Yes.
quote me.
No, that's what we've heard
The
too.
website, they closed it early.
Yeah, that's what we've heard too, that I think Miss Linares has shared that yes, you guys are more than welcome to walk in. I've not heard one single person that's turned away because they're unable. But this is the framed version. It's, so this is the one that it already comes with the frame itself. Okay.
And I, on the chat, I just put, because I just pulled up the flyer on my other computer. So Virgil and Roybal, which are near our schools, are going to be open from 7:30 to 3 on June 7th, 8th, and 9th for COVID testing. And that's only for graduation and culmination. So yo puse en el chat, Roybal y Virgil van a estar abiertos de las 7:30 a las 3. And I know the 7th and the 8th are very close. I wouldn't recommend it, but maybe the 7th. van a estar abiertos de las 7:30 a las 3. Y eso es específicamente para los estudiantes de culminación y graduación. So the flyer doesn't say you need an appointment. So I would say you can just walk in.
Okay. And then we have lots of questions coming in. Miss Molina, while you ask, I'll go ahead and try to do both the chat and your question.
Well, I'm not sure if we're there yet. I just wondered in regards to the decoration and things like that. So, I mean, I can wait if that's not the topic yet.
Okay, I think it's a good time to start because we're already at 3:40 and it's good to just kind of get the meat and potatoes of today tackled on. So one of the questions that I have for the Facebook Live, again, don't worry so much about the links and where it's at right now because all of this information we're going to be sharing with the teachers and the teachers will post it on Schoology. But basically it's Parents of Placencia. It's on Facebook. It's our sort of bigger Facebook page that we run. We have like hundreds and hundreds of kids and families that are linked up there. But again, don't worry about it. We're going to be sharing the link with all of the teachers and they will be sharing it as well. I also did put this little thing together. I haven't finished it, but if I just wanted to show you guys real quickly on something that I'm working on for all of your precious babies that are our babies as well. This is something that I will put together and I will share it with you, but it's basically an Evite and it has a picture of all of the students. And for you guys that are asking for the Facebook page, it'll have right here, what's the name of the title of the Facebook handle so that the students can so that family can log in. So we have all of this kids' pictures and I'm going to be sharing it in just a bit so that you guys can have that and you can share it with family members that are unable to attend the culmination because our restrictions for 2 per culminating student. Okay. And let's see what other question we have, Miss Linares, or whoever else has their hand up.
I think on the chat, everything has been answered.
Okay, estaremos. Okay, so great question. Padres están diciendo si yo estoy vacunada. No, right now, it doesn't matter. Si aunque estén vacunados, todavía se necesita contestar las preguntas en el Daily Pass y los niños todavía tienen que tener su examen negativo de COVID. So muy buena pregunta. Even if you're fully vaccinated, you'll still have to answer the daily questions at the entrance and the students still will need to have a negative COVID test. And then Lily, si ellos tienen una hermana chiquitita, si tienen que va aquí a Placencia, ellos pueden asistir si son los dos estudiantes, las dos personas que vienen y tienen que estar de acuerdo que van a faltar escuela y mi sugerencia es no y también la sugerencia de la directora es no faltar en la escuela. So siblings that come to Placencia, they are welcome to come if you really would like it, but they are still counted in the 2 required students per culminating student. Just because they're here, we can't pull them out and have them come and look. We don't want them to miss class. And that's the recommendation that I have and Mrs. Linares has as well. Anything that you'd like to add, Miss Linares?
No, I think you've covered it.
Okay.
Desafortunadamente no podemos. Acuérdense, son 2 por cada estudiante y pues si falta, pues va a faltar, pero yo no puedo por ley decir, oh, está bien que falte alguien.
Okay. Y luego todos los detalles de a qué horas se van a qué horas van a llegar, los maestros les van a dejar saber. So what time they have to be here, all of the teachers will notify you at what time the students need to be here. And then Andrea's mom, do you have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to know, are we going to pick up the banners tomorrow? Is that what you said?
I'm going to have them ready for your for the teachers that are here. And then all of the students that are learning virtually will have it with Flor at the gate, at the Cortez gate all day long.
So we pick them up tomorrow, correct?
You can pick them up tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Matthew Alvarez. Matthew Alvarez, questions?
Oh, no questions.
Yes, and Priscilla, it looks like we have, okay, good. Yes, they're donated by Mrs. Molina. If you don't know who she is, I'm going to highlight her because I want to make sure that everyone knows. The yearbooks were donated by this lovely woman and the parent group, and the lawn signs. They're very nice. Thank you, Miss Molina. Okay, are we ready to move on to decorations? Yes? Matthew, you still have your hand up, so if not, you can put
sorry.
it in. And then Rachel and Tabaya Young, any other questions for you?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. You feel free to reach out if you have a question. Okay, in terms of decorations, again, this is something that historically the parents have put together and they've just done such an amazing job. So what are your ideas? I have some basic ideas, like the chairs that we're going to use, they're just regular kind of, those metal chairs. So at the very basic, I would like to have, see if you guys are interested in maybe doing some rental of some seat covers so that we can have them sitting on a nice place. Mrs. Soriano has a student whose mom is donating $75 so that we can buy like a balloon display that says 2021, class of 2021. And that's all that I have so far. So Miss Molina, what other wonderful ideas do you have?
My question is, so it's gonna be in the quad area, correct?
It is not in the quad area. It's in the north yard where
Okay.
we have our Halloween parade.
Okay, so will there be some shade or some, because they know that it's gonna be hot.
Yes.
Especially for 2 o'clock. How can we go about maybe renting a shade at least for the students?
That's a great question. I mean, we have like several, maybe 8-foot canopies that are very small. We don't have something huge and sizable that would be able to cover the whole span of it. But that's sort of like what you guys would like to do. I don't know how much it would cost to rent one. I don't have any information about that, but what we do have is we have little 8-foot ones. Yes.
And, right, and those are the ones that we use for the recesses because it does get hot and we have to split now in between two yards.
I was thinking, well, obviously we would have to see what the diameters are so that we can get a pricing on a tent. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing the legwork and calling and trying to see, would you be okay with it, Ms. Linares?
We have already tents, so I think we should be okay. Those were provided by the district. So for the COVID isolation and things like that. So
I'm saying that if I were to get prices on getting one big tent for the students,
I have to find out where am I gonna pay for it.
No, I'm just saying, that's why I'm saying like that would be something that that I would look into to see if it's something feasible for us.
And then what we can do on our end is we can count how many we have and how much area that will cover us well. Because if you place it in a certain angle, it covers a little bit more. So yes,
I just would hate for the kids to be, under the sun all this time.
Oh yes, unfortunately, the only graduations that the district provides money for is high schools. Middle school.
Yeah, I know. But so, I'm saying, would you be okay if I can find a tent and someone could just go and place it? So would you be okay with it?
Yes, we can work something out because I see like Miss Priscilla is saying, parents can donate the tent for the day. And yes, we can find a way let me talk to the plant manager to see if we can disinfect it like in the morning, and then they can put it up, and then it'll have to be disinfected before it gets taken away, and it has to be
I have a guy that does for my parties, and so I would just ask him to see. I would need the diameters. I obviously would probably have to be the biggest one he has, but I mean, he's enclosed like a big, huge space prior and before. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, that would be enough space for at least to cover like the kids.
So what you're saying is that you would like to be in charge of you guys maybe putting money together for a larger, humongous rental of a canopy so that it covers more. And you're just in the beginning stages of wanting to find how much that would be and that would be interested.
I'm open to that.
Okay.
I'm open to that. Para repetir en español, Miss Molina estaba hablando si podemos buscar una manera de poner para sombrear, para cubrir, porque va a estar un poco calientito y siquiera tratar de cubrir el área donde van a estar los estudiantes o cubrir casi toda, pero tenemos que medir primero. We have to do a mock. We have to see how many chairs, how much it would cover. But we'll definitely have to look into that.
Yeah,
I can ask the person and see what the largest canopy that he has available, and then we can get that the largest one he has. They put them together, so I've had him cover a huge space, so I'm pretty sure if anything, it'd be enough to cover, you know, the kids and a little bit more.
Yes, Miss Kelly, Paulina saying they charge $100 3 years ago for the biggest one. Dice que cobraron $100 por la más grande hace 3 años. So.
And then muchas preguntas vienen sobre el retrato panorámico. Yo sé que la señora, pues Diego Lugo's family, es un retrato que los niños tomaron individual, pero ellos electrónicamente lo van a poner juntos. Entonces no es un grupo, no estuvieron juntos todos los estudiantes, es algo que se hace virtual en la computadora. Ustedes lo van a ordenar y yo tengo entendido, I'm not exactly sure, pero ustedes lo van a ordenar y ellos se lo van a mandar a la casa, pero voy a confirmar eso. Así es.
Sí, paga un poquito, paga como $8 para que se lo manden.
Pero Miss Montañez, ¿estamos hablando de la misma foto que los tomaron en la escuela o es algo totalmente diferente?
Ese es el mismo, es el mismo retrato que ellos vinieron para la escuela y tomaron su retratito. Entonces, ese retrato lo van a hacer electrónicamente, van a poner todos los niños juntos y se hace un panorámico con todos los estudiantes.
Entonces, ese hay que comprarlo aparte.
Eso es aparte, sí.
Ok.
Maestra,
¿Y hasta cuándo tengo para ordenar ese panorámico?
Y yo creo que la fecha es casi los últimos días de la escuela y después de eso sí va a ser disponible para ordenar, pero el precio sube.
Ok.
Ok.
Maestra, disculpe.
Perdón, ¿puedo hacer otra?
A ver, go ahead, señora Lugo.
Ok, es que en esta tengo que hacerle la pregunta sobre los exámenes las pruebas de COVID.
Ok.
Alan tiene el ensayo el 4, ¿verdad? Con Miss Ponce. Y luego la graduación el 8. Pero también tiene el examen que, vaya, que es opcional, pero lo va a hacer el 3. Y entonces yo estoy calculando la fecha, hacerle el COVID test el 1 de junio para que esté listo para el 3. Entonces la pregunta es, ¿ese mismo examen le cubriría hasta el 8?
Si usted agarra el examen el día 1, salen los resultados el día 2. Miss Linares, it looks like it would cover her span, right? So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, it's 7 days. So si usted agarría la prueba el día 1, yo creo que cubre todas las fechas.
Yo creo que sí, estamos viendo que estoy viendo el calendario, pero parece ser que sí.
Porque si no, ya no alcanza como, no sé si el distrito le podría hacer otra prueba si ni siquiera se ha cumplido una semana, esa es la duda. Entonces
Sí,
estaría bien si se lo hago el primero y le
está
cubre.
bien, sí, yo creo que sí, pero si por alguna razón no puede agarrar el Daily Pass, le digo, Roybal, que está aquí a 5 minutos de aquí, va a estar abierto el 7, 8 y 9 de junio, solo para esos exámenes.
Ok.
Ok, y la señora Escun, a ver, discúlpame, ya.
No hay problema. ¿A qué se refiere sobre el vestido que no permitido sin tirante? ¿Es esta parte?
Es como los spaghetti straps que se parecen así. O
Ok,
sea,
tiene que ser tapado todo.
Sí,
Ok.
que no esté destapado.
Ok, sí, porque para mí tirante es como dijo la maestra, pero estoy confundida. Y también acerca del color, es totalmente cualquier color.
cualquier color.
cualquier color.
Ok, gracias.
Muy buena pregunta. Yes. ¿Otras preguntas? Okay, so we know de lo que sabemos, la señora Soriano con su mamá de su salón, ellos van a hacer unos globos, a lo mejor unos torres de globos que dice graduación 2021. La señora Molina se va a encargar de investigar cuánto sería una renta de todo un canopy para cubrir a los estudiantes a lo menos. Nosotros sabemos que tenemos más o menos 6 o 8 para los padres. No sé si ustedes quieran, porque son de diferentes colores. Some are red, some are white, some are blue. No sé si ustedes quieren eso, pero aparte de eso también quería saber si ustedes estaban interesados en everyone to pitch in, todos participar en rentando chair covers. Sillas. How do you say it?
Cubertores
de sillas.
Sí, cubertores.
Para que se vea un poquito más bonito, yo creo.
Yo sí estoy de acuerdo con eso. Para que se vea bien.
What color are we thinking?
What we've had before is like a royal blue, and then we either get like yellow ribbons for them, something like that makes it stand out.
Placentia colors.
Yeah, placentia colors.
Okay.
And what typically we've done is we've had yellow, blue, and like a silver accent. That's what we've done before. And it seems to look great.
Ms. Montañez, and how would we submit the donation?
I would say it would definitely can't be through any LAUSD employees. So it would be someone in the parent group that's saying, hey, I'll go ahead and be in charge if everyone wants to chip in $5. But we need an account of like how much the rental is. What's the goal? So is the goal $173? Okay, that, más o menos it's $5 each, and then we have one parent who's a bold parent and brazen parent and receives all of those donations to take care of that. Or it could also be like, oh, la señora Cano, ella se va a encargar de los listones para las sillas. Another parent, oh, you know what? I'll take care of the coverings. That's how we did it the last culmination. There was one parent who said, you know what? I'll take care of the decorations for the chairs. I'll get the ribbons. Someone else that says balloons, and someone else that, does canopy. So it's all up to you guys. There's a brave parent out there.
Okay, I mean, it's my last year with my baby, so I want it to be special. And that's my goal all this year, trying to see what we can do to make it special. So it just depends however the parents want to do it. If they want to just have one, everybody donate and from there, that pocket, everything comes out, or if they want to do it in sections. It's up to the parents. But I mean, if they need somewhere to donate, I mean, they can use my Zelle is out there already because of POP. Yeah. So, okay. It's up to the parents, whatever they decide.
Okay, so la señora Molina dice que como es el último año de su hijo, ella ha querido hacer todo lo posible para que sea tan bonito. Ella está disponible para usar la cuenta, como ella es la presidenta del grupo de POP, ella ya tiene su información desde él con todas las familias y ustedes pueden usar su cuenta para donar el dinero ahí. Ella se pone encargada de hacer los arreglos.
If I may make a suggestion, Ms. Molina, since I know
Sure.
you're so proactive, if you can maybe give a suggestion on what like the items will cost and then put it out there for anyone who would like to support with that. But like you being the hub, because you know it's like we need to have a little bit of an idea on how much or what is needed. So maybe we can itemize the important items that we think will make it even extra special, and then approximate expenditures, and then that way we can see how many parents can support.
And then one of the parents did ask if we could just kind of take a vote of all the interest that's in there. I think we have a lot of interest from the messages. Pero una mamá dice que si podemos votar en tener una cooperación para todas las cosas, o si pueden poner su mano arriba, si pueden ponerlo en la caja de chat para más o menos calcular cuántos padres están interesados en cooperar para las decoraciones para la graduación.
So I guess I'm Miss Linares, so you're correct. I'm thinking about it because I'm talking about a specific date, which is Mr. Montañez's class on the 8th, and maybe other parents are talking about their specific date. So I know that in the process of renting, you would have to rent and pay for each day that you're gonna have these items, because I know that's how my guy does it. So that's in the interest of being fair. I'm exclusively talking about the 8th. That's where I'm at.
And thank you for clarifying that, because and that is something that I have to remember, because we usually have one day and we have multiple, right? But because of the situation we're in, we have to split. And so you're absolutely correct. So, quiero explicar, gracias a Ms. Molina que nos está explicando que son 2 días que tenemos que pensar. So, el alquilar, because that's the correct word, right? Rentar algo, tenemos que pagar por 2 días. So, Ms. Molina está hablando del 8. So, I think we do need another leader, another parent leader for the 9th. So that we can collaborate, right? Maybe we can still have the same pot, but I think we do need another leader. Thank you for clarifying that. It's like we're so used to certain things and it's not the same anymore. ¿Qué piensan? Porque estamos a Ms. Molina, pues, to be fair, su baby se va a culminar el 8. So her baby is coming in on the 8th. So we also need for the 9th, we need someone to help us lead.
Okay. And then we also, I mean, I've been receiving a lot of messages in the direct message, but I think that what a good starting point, Ms. Molina, is for you to get the estimates of the chair covers.
And let me tell you what I have in mind already.
Okay.
So, so this is what I have in mind: the tent, the chair covers for the students and the bows, the balloons on the sides. And that's what I have in mind.
I think that's beautiful. I think it's all manageable. I think it would look nice. So canopies, chairs, balloons. Okay, I think that it's beautiful. I think that what we could do is, Miss Molina, let's go ahead and get an estimate for the rental for both days. And let's get an estimate of the rentals for the chair covers for both days. We know that Mrs. Soriano has at least a good starting point for balloons. And I think that let's start there. And then the soonest that you can get the information to me, I can disseminate it to all of the teachers and see if we can cover both days and both events amongst all the 95 parents that are a part of the parent group.
Okay, well, that's fine. I can do that.
Okay. And then if you need me to measure, just let me know. But if you ask for probably the biggest one, I think that's the one that we probably would be best suited for us.
Ms. Montañez, will there be like a specific date where like everything has to be already prepared, like the money and everything, like a deadline?
You know, that's a wonderful question, Erica. I think, you know, I'd want to start first with how much it is, just to kind of know if we could even, and then how much it would be by parents. I mean, I guess usually when you pay for it, you pay when you make the order, right, Miss Molina?
Yeah, well, the person that I work with, I mean, well, he does my events, he usually requires a deposit, and then the day that he picks up the item, that's when he expects the rest of the money.
Okay, so maybe by that deadline.
Mhm.
And then, you know,
What deadline? What day is that?
that would be so usually like maybe let's just say the 6th, Miss Molina, just to kind of be safe, that weekend before the
Yeah, on
culmination.
that Friday, we
On that
haven't, you know, a total of whether, you know, we'll be able to cover for both days, or which days, and then I guess in a way, I mean, I can get a tally, an estimate budget,
Mhm.
um,
And
latest
we have,
tomorrow.
okay. And just to let you know, I mean, I'm getting messages from different parents who are a little shyer, but you know, donations of $50, Miss Molina, they're coming in. So I think it's all going to be okay. I think it's going to be a lovely one. Our parents always do such a great job with the decorations. I think it's going to come together just nicely.
I agree. And then whatever we need to cover, we always find a way to get it done. Siempre encontramos una manera de hacer, de que trabajemos juntos y vemos qué es lo que se puede hacer en la escuela y qué es lo que los padres pueden hacer.
Yeah. And then just, you know, I know that I want to make sure that all of you guys know that all the teachers have all of the links, the panoramic picture, the graduation link, how all of them, they have it. So your teachers, they're literally showing me pictures and look, I have it already in there. So make sure the kids go to Schoology and they can find all of those links there as well.
And just to clarify, is there a parent for who's graduating on, what teachers are graduating on the 9th?
The 9th, that is Soriano, Galicia, and our special ed Taylor.
Okay. Is there any parent from either one of those classes that can?
Yes, Flores here representing, and she always comes
Oh, that's
through.
right. Have a good day tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, that's good. I'm gonna assign you, Flor.
No.
Yeah,
We'll do
Flores
it. Don't worry
the
about it.
first one here. She's gonna.
I got you. You can do this.
All right.
So Miss Molina, get that information to me and then I can pass it on and we can share all the Zelle information and get money that has already kind of said, oh, I'm going to drop it off at the gate tomorrow. I'll direct it towards you.
Yeah, I think it's a little, I'm just nervous because I know that there's a lot of graduations going on. So I'm just hoping that my guy has what I need. Okay.
He's gonna have it. Good vibes in the air. And Sandy, the culmination is going to take place on the north yard where typically our Halloween parade goes on. So I showed a picture of sort of what it would kind of look like, but it is okay. Let's see.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was late to the meeting.
Oh, no problem at all. It happens. So this is where we're going to set up. So we're trying to see if we can find a huge tent to cover all of this. We're just going to check prices. At the minimum, we want the kids, which are represented by these little dots right here, the little blue dots. We want them to be covered, and then perhaps we can use our existing canopies to cover the parents. We would like to get covers for the students' chairs, and then maybe have some pillars, maybe right here, and maybe in and out of where the stage, or, you know, it's not a stage at all. It's just the black top, but so that it looks kind of presentable right here in the front.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much. And just a lot of parents, Miss Molina, that are just saying, count me in, count me in, count me in. I'm happy to donate. So I really do think that everything's going to come together just nicely. Our parents always come through.
Okay, I'll get that information.
Okay.
I'll start working on it.
Perfect. Okay, any other last minute? The link for the yearbook. The link for the yearbook, you don't have to worry. Miss Molina and the POP parents already signed the contract. We will receive all of the yearbooks and we will disseminate the information on when it's the day to pick up the yearbooks. But again, it's not going to be until the summer because we're going to include culmination, graduation pictures, our class pictures in the yearbook as well. ¿Los lugares serán asignados o podemos sentarnos en como lleguemos? Miss Linares, that's a fantastic question. Are the locations of the guests going to be assigned, or do they sit basically first come, first serve?
I think we're going to have to get back to you on that one. I have to do a little bit more reading on the memo to make a decision. Le voy a tener que responder a esa pregunta después. Quiero asegurarme que estoy siguiendo todas las reglas.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because our parents are notorious of coming at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Who does that?
Okay.
Hasn't it always been first come, first serve?
And I got another message, and number one, all of your teachers have all of this information and they're going to be reviewing it every single day with you. So yes, there's going to be constant summaries. This meeting is being recorded, and I'm going to share the link in with your teachers so that your teachers will disseminate this information as well. If I can fit it into a file, I'll go ahead and send it to the parent group by Blackboard Connect. But yes, all of the information, don't worry, it's going to be repeated several times over.
And can I just say something, Miss Montañez? So for the parents who are here and we're talking about our 5th grade culminating, I just want to reiterate the importance of the POP group, the Parents of Placencia Magnet group, because they need a lot of support throughout the year, and they're going to need a lot of your help. And I know that we come together when it's obviously a culmination and it's the end of the year, but it would, I just want to say that I'm part of that group. And I'm here and I've been to every meeting, and I try to support our students and the school as much as I can. But just to leave a thought is that, it's all possible because of the Parents of Placencia, because of that committee, the fundraising that they do. All of that it's coming back to our students. Because this is the seed that we input years ago. And every year we input a little bit more, and it's this money that's being used for the donation for the yearbooks and the donation for the banners. Everything comes, and it's all coming from you because you are our fundraiser supporters. So, just a thought, if you have students for next year, just support the fundraiser, support the Parents of Placencia, the group. It's parents just like me, just like you, just doing their best to raise money for these kind of events, these kind of situations. So I just wanted to leave it with that.
Thank you for that. Yes, it either makes or breaks it, like the involvement from the parents. You could be at the best school, and if we don't have a great group that's parents that are involved, nothing happens. But you could be at any school and have amazing parents make the school turn into an amazing place. Okay. Sandy or Matthew, do you guys have any further questions? If not, I'll go ahead and end our meeting.